He's a former Rhodes Scholar and currently teaches history at an inner-city Chicago high school. He's proud to announce he's graduating to outpatient therapy at Chicago General. Meet Frank Gorby. He's a former Yale man who owns a controversial practice to treat the severely depressed. He spends his free time fishing, golfing, and contemplating the futility of life. Meet John Von Braun. There's smart, and then there's brilliant, and then there's Suicidal Genius Jeopardy. And here's your host, Alex Quebec. That's right, the name of the game is Suicidal Genius Jeopardy, where the contestants are so brilliant they realize the pointlessness of their own existences. Let's meet our panelists. Hi, Frank.
How you doing?
Good. Frank, what drew you to teaching in a tough inner-city high school?
Oh, it's the weapons. There's lots of weapons. You know, and a guy could really get hurt.
Okay, thanks, Frank. John, you're a Yale man. Tell me about that famous rivalry between Harvard and Yale.
Well, there's none really. I mean, they're both great Ivy League schools. Of course, they both hide dead bodies underground. They'll deny it, of course, but I know it's true.
Okay, well, I guess we'll have to take your word for it, John. After all, you are the suicidal genius. And on that note, let's play the game. Thanks, and today's categories are American authors, U.S. history, Shakespeare, and suicide. And John, you have control of the board.
American authors for 100.
This William Faulkner novel begins sitting beside the hill, watching the wagon mount toward her.
What is Light in August?
That's right.
American authors for 200.
This author...
Who is Ernest Hemingway?
Wow, very good, John.
He killed himself, you know.
Yes, that's true.
Alex, I want Shakespeare for 100.
When Hamlet utters to be or not to be, he is referring to this.
What is fruit?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, John. He was referring to suicide. That gives you control of the board, Frank.
Alex, I'll take suicide for 100.
Wrapping this tightly around a limb will...
What is a tourniquet? Suicide for 200.
You can stand on this while changing a light bulb or while placing a noose or...
What is a stool? Suicide, 300.
This new suicide technique.
What is getting on all fours and putting both arms and legs in 4 separate Cuisinarts while sucking liquid plumber through a straw and singing Kenny Nolan's 1970s hit, I Like Dreaming?
Ooh, impressive, Frank. But, of course, a reminder, it is a new suicide technique, and it is as of yet unproven. Continue, Frank.
Suicide for 400.
To close out the category, this is considered a better alternative to suicide.
Oh.
Like to take a shot at it, John? Ooh, I'm sorry. The correct answer is therapy. That gives control back to you, John.
U.S. history for 100, please.
This American president once said, "We are only as happy as we make up our minds to be."
Who was Abraham Lincoln? And he was wrong. U.S. history for 200, please.
This successor to the Granges, as the leading vehicle of agrarian protest, began to form even before the Granger movement had faded.
What is the Farmers Alliance? U.S. history for 300.
This Harvard Law School graduate's investigations of monopoly power made him a major figure in the progressive movement of the early 1900s.
Who is Louis Brandeis? U.S. history for 400.
In 1992, he was President of the United States. No, I'm sorry, John. The correct answer was George Bush.
Excuse me for interrupting. The best way is to go down the forearm, not across.
Oh, all right, thanks.
Yeah.
Oops, that's the signal. That tells us regular playing time has ended, and now it's time to play final Suicidal Genius Jeopardy. Do you think you can hang in there with us, John?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, The final Suicidal Genius Jeopardy category is actors. You will have 30 seconds to record your answers, and here we go. The following 3 actors all have had one thing in common. Fatty Arbuckle, George Reeves, and Freddie Prinze. What one thing did they have in common? Begin your answers. Okay, Frank, what was your answer?
4 actors that all played Superman.
No, George Reeves did play Superman, Frank, but Fatty Arbuckle was a silent film star, and Freddie Prinze was an Hispanic comedian. No, the correct answer was actors who all committed suicide. How much did you bet, Frank?
$400.
Okay, don't worry yet. If John is incorrect as well, that means you're the new Suicidal Genius Jeopardy champion, so don't do anything rash, please, okay? Let's see what John had. Okay, well, I'm afraid this is rather indecipherable. That means, Frank, you're a genius Suicidal Genius Jeopardy champion. Okay, tell us, Biff, what did Frank win? Thanks, Alex. He won the brand new home Kevorkian machine by Bradford. Easier than a house call, it fits snugly in any living room. Quality so high, it'll be the only one you'll ever need. The new home Kevorkian machine by Bradford. Also, the New York Times bestseller, Final Exit. Don't bother looking for this suicide manual at your local library. It's so good, no one seems to return it. But don't use these prizes yet, because, Frank, you're going to beautiful Sarajevo, acclaimed as the most beautiful environment in the world. Home to the 1984 Winter Olympics, you'll be greeted by snipers and treated to genocide. Breathtakingly beautiful and unbelievably unsafe. The perfect vacation for you, Frank. Great, thanks, Biff. Frank, you'll come back and see us, won't you? I'm just kidding, Frank. For all you folks out there, if you're still around tomorrow, tune us in for Suicidal Genius Jeopardy. I'm Alex Quebec. Good night.